of our Cricut Basic Skills lesson. Today we're going to do rolled flowers for a rolled flower frame or shadow box, depending upon how you want to use them. The first thing we need to do is actually insert our images. You can buy rolled flower. They're 3D flower images off Etsy. Cricut actually has them already in their program. Excuse me, while my dogs go. So if you click on images and go, this is your basic startup for the Cricut images. If you type in 3D flower and browse all images, these are the kind of flowers we're going to look at. Now, I've already purchased the set, but they are in the Cricut Access if you pay the $9.99 each month for that. Okay, so now that my dogs have now finished going crazy, let's look at the different kind of images that we're going to use today. The ones we're going to use are the ones that look like these circles. They are the easiest ones that I have found to use, and they're easy to roll up, and you just use glue. But there's a bunch of different kinds of them, so I'm going to actually cut one of each and roll them and show you what they look like. Now, if you click on this little eye here, it tells you what image set these belong in, and they are all part of the Access. So if you have Cricut Access, it's free. I'm going to click on that, and then if you click on the image, they all show up. And you can do all of these, but I'm going to do all of the round ones so you can see what each one looks like after they're cut. All right. So now I have them all, and I want to actually change the sizes to be 5 inches. You can put them right on top of each other if you wanted to do that, to put them all at the same time. What that sometimes can get tricky by doing that. Another thing you can do is you can position them all in the same spot. And what this means, the position up here is your X and your Y. So if I clicked 5, 2 for each one of them, they would be on top of each other in the exact same spot. But it doesn't always work out that way when you have different widths and lengths. So I'm going to individually do each one as 5 inches. And the only reason I'm doing them as 5 inches is so that I can see them better. Plus, it depends on what kind of paper you have. So if you have normal 8.5 by 11 size paper, then that's fine. These will cut really well on it. All right, almost done. And you're done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it. Now I do have an Explorer. I also have a Maker, and I have a Joy. These will work on the Joy if you make them small enough. If you have 12 by 12 paper, that works great as well. Even the 12 by 24 paper, which I actually have some of that. If you click Make It, if you wanted to do more than one flower of each color, you can go up here to the project copies, click to 2 and hit apply, and you can get 2 of them on the same page. You could actually get 4 of them on the same page if you're using 12 by 12 size paper. Now remember, you can use any kind of 12 by 12 paper. I like to use a heavier cardstock. It makes it a little harder to roll, but they are, it cuts nicer with a heavier cardstock. But as you can see, each one of my colors, I can get 4 to a page if I am cutting 12 by 12. Now I'm going to go back up here and change this to 2 and show you what to do if you're doing 8.5 by 11 size cardstock. And if you'll see here your material size, you can change that to all kinds of different things. I want to show you what it looks like with 8.5 by 11 paper. And you can still cut 2 of them, but not necessarily 4. However, let me show you what happens if I go to 3. I'm going to click 3 and apply. Now it automatically goes back to 12 by 12. I'm going to shift that, I'm going to shift that to an 8.5 by 11, and you'll see that only 2 of them are here. I am going to try and see if I can fit a third one here. It won't let you put something bigger than the size of your paper. To move from one mat to the other, you're going to click on the second mat, and then up here in the 3 little dots, I'm going to move object. I'm going to move it to my first mat and hit confirm. And you notice nothing's there. Well, it is if you move it. So I'm going to see if I can make it fit. And no, I can't make 3 of them fit. But always try, because there's a lot of times that Cricut will automatically put them far apart when they apply your mats. But you can also get more than what they think you can on a mat. I like to move things around all the time. So I am going to go back to the 4 because I'm going to use the 12 by 12 paper. I'm going to hit continue. And I'm using my Explore Air for this. Now, like I told you guys in the last video, I keep my base set at custom material. I'm going to browse the materials. So I want to show you the different cut cardstocks. You have glitter cardstock. Glitter cardstock is very thick. And if you choose glitter cardstock, you may get tears in your paper. And then you have a medium cardstock and a heavy cardstock. I'm going to click the medium cardstock for mine. Now let me give you some advice. If it goes through, before you hit the eject button on your Cricut, check to see if it actually cut all the way through. If it didn't cut all the way through, you can actually hit the C on your Cricut again, and it will recut the same material, the same setting. If you eject your paper, your mat, and then you try and inject it and cut the same mat again, they're going to be off by minimal things, but it will make the whole thing off. So you don't ever want to eject it if you want to cut it a second time. For example, if I'm cutting magnets, I will actually cut it 3 or 4 times before I eject it for the final time. So I am going to click done, and then I am going to go ahead and cut these, and then I'm going to show you what they look like cut out, and then we'll roll some of them. Excuse my mess and the noise in the background. So I wanted to show you how one of these flowers looks. I cut this out on a pattern cardstock. One side had grids, and then the other side had rectangles, squares, grid. And it doesn't matter which side that you start rolling with. So you start with the outer edge and you just roll it. Now, if you're going to do a whole bunch of flowers, they have these tools called twilling tools that you can insert in here, and they have electric ones that don't work very well at all. I've heard that they are just a piece of non-essential stuff, but they have some manual ones that you can insert in here, and it helps it when you twirl them. And they're called quilling tools again. So you just keep going. Now, you don't have to have it really tight, because I'm going to show you why in just a minute, why you don't want it really tight. You just want it to be nice and even. And then this right here is what you glue. So what I usually do is I will glue this and then this down as well. But before you glue it, let me show you. This is what it looks like really, really, really tight. But if you let it go a little bit, and then you can open it more, and then go ahead and glue this down and glue this down, you have a nice flower. So that was this pattern here. And then this pattern, I did it the other way, and you can see that there's, sorry, missed the screen. The insides look different with the way the sides I folded it on. And then I did this one as well, and it looks like this. Isn't that beautiful? I love that one. So let me finish cutting the rest of them out, and then I'm going to show you what each one of them looks like. I haven't even glued these down yet, and this is how beautiful they look.